Well, Grant, I guess over the past few matches, of course, the run's not been what you'd like it to be. You got back to level terms with Southend, could have possibly won it. Obviously, you took the lead at Scunthorpe. Do you feel you're getting closer?
Yeah, we're close. We are close. We're continuing to work. It's a difficult time at the minute, obviously, for everybody. We're all disappointed, but I've got firm belief that the results will start turning. There's no two ways about it. You know, we've got a good group, we've got a good management staff. We're all working hard. No one hurts more than me at the minute. You know, because you work hard during the week and the results just don't go your way. But I feel over the last couple of games, Southend, Scunthorpe, we've been close to winning both of them. You know, the chances we had later on at Southend to win the game, and then to lose 2 late goals at Scunthorpe to lose the game is hurting, and I can sense the hurt, you know, with the fans and around Peterborough at the minute. But I think the boys are, you know, well, 100% the boys are all together. And we'll turn it around, you know, we'll turn it around. Great chance for us to turn it around on Saturday against the league leaders coming here. You know, and the boys are really looking forward to the game. You know, we are, and you know, we need to get back on track, we need to get back on the horse, and I'm sure it'll turn very soon.
Can I just ask you about, obviously, the headlines that came out after Scunthorpe an hour or so afterwards? I know your wife and kids were in with the away fans. As you said, no one's hurting more than you. You were a big fan of Peterborough United even before you became the manager when you were a player. How did you react to that news?
Nothing. I was calm. Like I say, I know people's hurt. You know, I know people's hurt, and that's the fans. You know, they're really hurt at the minute with the frustration. You know, you're up to 80 minutes. You're a hero at Scunthorpe, and then all of a sudden, bang bang, two late goals, and it's disappointment. You know, everyone's disappointment. So. It is what it is, you know, we get on with it, it's the nature of the beast. We get on with it, we stay strong here as a football club. We stay together, like we have been, you know, from day one of pre-season, we're all together. We knew there was going to be a tough time in the season. Hopefully this has been our tough time, October. You know, and we want to make sure we finish it strong on Saturday. We want to finish the end of this month strong, and it's a tough game. Of course it is against the league leaders, but when we're on form, and we need to get our form back, we need to get our purpose back, we need to get our focus back. Our focus is to be up there, challenging for promotion. It hasn't changed just because we've dropped a little bit outside the playoffs, albeit we're 6 points off third with a game in hand, so it's not a travesty. We know we just need to get our focus back. That's the main thing. We need to get our focus back and get our purpose back to our play, and we'll be good.
You mentioned third there. Of course, the top two, Shrewsbury and Wigan, I think there's an 8-point gap between second and third. We're a third of the way through the season now. Do you feel that those top two are maybe not catchable from your current position?
No, they're catchable. Of course they are. If they keep winning, they're not. But, you know, everyone's going to have a dip in form at some stage. Everyone, I think Sheffield United had theirs early part of last season. Scunthorpe started the season brightly, and I think they were flying at the top of the league last year and dipped off and didn't make the playoffs. So it's an unpredictable league. It's the team who consistently good. At the minute we've been consistently poor, the results wise anyway. So we need to flip it, and it only takes maybe a little bit of fortune in a game, or you know, us to get over the line in a game and win the game, and you know, and then all of a sudden we come back stronger. It's definitely not a confidence issue though. The boys are really confident. I see them every day. They look forward to the games. We know we need to be better in the games. We know we need to get back to the form that we showed at the start of the season, where we were devastating in attack and we defended well, and we passed the ball really well. So it's bringing all that together again, and we're getting close to it.
And we spoke about how far ahead you were in terms of points after 6 or 7 games this season compared to last season. That's now evened out. I think it was 20 points at this stage last season, so 1 point better off this year. And I guess the key thing from your point of view is if you do win on Saturday and then you've got that game in hand, it does start to change.
It does. I mean, it's a massive week coming up for the football club, massive 2 weeks really. We've got Shrewsbury on Saturday, then we've got the FA Cup game, which is another massive game for us, and the Checker Trade game against Cambridge. So 3 really important games for us, 3 games that can change our season, and that's where we're looking at it. Not about wrecking our season, it's about changing the season, it's about being positive. If we want to think negative and think that these are 3 difficult games, then they will be. So we need to make sure we focus on us. We need to make sure that we're approaching the games that we want to win. Of course we do want to win them. If we do, it'll change our season, and we can kick on again. We can forget about October, and we can move on to the months where what matter, the Novembers, the Decembers, the Januaries, and keep yourself up there in and around it. And I've no question that this team will do that. You know, I've spoke to you about the togetherness in the squad already. I've spoke to you about the togetherness of the football club, of the staff, of the chairman, of Barry. We all need to stay united, and we will, because in any season there's always ups and downs. Times when I've been promoted, we've always had ups and downs. I mean, when we got promoted at Scunthorpe, I remember we started brilliantly and we slipped away off it. I think we were top of the league, slipped out of the playoffs, and then ended up just getting into the playoffs in the last game of the season again. So it's unpredictable, League One. It always is, and it's a team that stays calm. It's a team that doesn't, you know, think too much and think too hard and long about what's going on. It's about knowing the problems that we've got, rectifying them, and getting the results again.
And we've spoken in post-match interviews over this season about playing some of the lower clubs, the clubs not in form, maybe without a manager, and getting up to the atmosphere, getting up to the game. As you've already said, Shrewsbury is the carrots there, the only unbeaten team in the Football League, and it's a record that you assume has to end at some point, and hopefully from your point of view this weekend. Yeah, well, they've been brilliant, isn't they? You know, the manager's done a tremendous job there. The player, you know, they win and they get more confident, and their confidence grows, and they're doing things that they probably wouldn't usually do. So it's a difficult game, of course it is, but we can beat them. We know that, but we have to go and deliver that on Saturday. We want to get our fans behind us. We want to make sure we're on the front foot. We want to make sure that we get back to playing the way we know we can, and getting at teams and creating chances. And I think we are. You know, in terms of the way I think in terms of the shots we've had anyway in the league, I think we're up there in the top. I think we're top for it. You know, so we do create chances. It's about being ruthless now, and punishing their chances. So. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. And you look at Shrewsbury, when you maybe look at the other teams and how they've recruited in the summer, you look at Wigan, Bradford, you look at the players, and of course on paper means nothing. You probably wouldn't have put them where they are, well, no one would have put them top after a third of the season. Why are they doing so well? Is that purely how much the mental side plays in football? They're doing so well because they're doing the basics well. You know, they're strong defensively. They don't concede many goals. I think Shrewsbury and Wigan have only conceded 9 or 10 goals each. And Wigan was 3 against us, so they've really conceded 5 goals apart from playing us. So they've been good in that term and that aspect. We need to get back to that. We need to get back to being strong defensively, but also having that real threat in attack that we had at the start of the season. You know, and we're working hard. We really are. We're working hard day and night to get it right, and to make sure the players are, you know, understand how important it is to defend and to run and to work hard, because your ability comes out on top of that. And I think you've seen over the last couple of games, apart from the 10-minute spell and whatever it was at the end of the Scunthorpe game when we got done of a centre forward being free in our box and a mistake. So we need to make sure our concentration levels are good. We've been working hard this week on that, especially our concentration levels, and stressing the players when they're physically tired after a hard session, that we're doing drills that they normally wouldn't do, in terms of mistakes can happen, and if it does happen, then there's a punishment for it. So there's lots of ways that we've been trying to improve our players this week. They've bought into it. They realise it's massive month coming up for us. Starting with the league leaders are end of the month, and it's a big test for us, but one that we're not going to hide away from. I've never hid away from anything in my life. Being trapped in a corner, if you like, has always brought the best out of me. I've told you that before, and I'm determined to make sure I do that again. What's the punishment? 10 press-ups, run around the pitch?
Yeah, I'll keep that to myself. I've
seen Chris Forrester in the building today, so he's obviously come back from Ireland. Does he look better for that little bit of time away?
Yeah, and we're searching Chris. We're working with Chris. You know, I had a good chat with him on Friday at the hotel when I sent him back to the. I spent about an hour and a half with him, watching his clips from Chelsea game, watching his clips from the start of the season right up until the Chelsea game, and how good his form was. But we you know, it is down to Chris now. You know, we can give him as much as we can in terms of his training and coaching and extra sessions, and it's down to him now to find his form. And you know, I think he's determined to do it. He really is. You know, the boys come over from Ireland, and his little girl is back home. We didn't see her much. So it was important to manage him correctly and try and get his form back, because I think everybody knows, myself included, the Peterborough fans, that the Chris Forrester 5-6 months ago was one of the best players in League One, if not the best, and we need to get it back. It's down to us to get it back, but also it has to come from within, and Chris knows that.
Any other team news? Of course, Junior still injured. Is everyone else fit and fresh and ready to go?
Everyone's fit. Everyone's looking good. Junior's coming on brilliantly. I think he's 3-4 weeks ahead of schedule already, which is testament to the work that they're doing in there with him, and a testament to Junior wanting to do it. So yeah, we're delighted with that.
And can I just ask you some reports this week? Macaulay Bond from Orient and Oladapo, I have to look at my notes for this, Oladapo Afolayan from Solihull Moors says that they've been watched by your scouts. Is anything in that?
No, they haven't watched. They haven't been watched. There was a phone call I had from an agent, and I said, you know, I'll keep an eye for them. But that was it. We haven't watched them. We know about them, of course, but we haven't watched them, and there's no interest. I'm happy with what I've got at the minute. If we need to improve in that area and strengthen that, we will. But at the minute, I'm quite happy.